On our forecast on this Tuesday, here's Brooke.
Certainly a much quieter forecast for southeast Louisiana, especially right now. We've got wall-to-wall sunshine and blue skies over the Mississippi River from our view there at View Orleans. Temperatures anywhere from the upper 80s to lower 90s are feeling more like the upper 90s to low triple digits, but we are still below heat advisory criteria. That was the case yesterday, and it will be the case again today as well. So our hour-by-hour forecast does show the possibility for some rain to return as we approach the peak of daytime heating in the hottest part of your afternoon, traditionally taking our temperatures down to the 80s, maybe even 70s, just depending on who gets in on some of those storms. So we're dealing with a little bit more of a concern for impactful weather in the northern and western portion of the state because we're dealing with a little system that's going to bring some energy to fire off more healthy storms along its boundary. And you'll notice the dry air on the backside, which means both our flood risk and the severe weather concerns will all be away from our viewing areas. So essentially west, including Lafayette, over to Lake Charles, and then up through Alexandria and the northern portion of Louisiana. We're just going to be dealing with the possibility for some scattered downpours that could bring brief gusty winds, lightning, and the concern of a little bit of localized street flooding. So we'll be watching for that. We ended up with one small flood concern last night on the North Shore. Otherwise, we stayed mostly dry south of the lake. As we get into the afternoon time frame, some of these will be hit or miss. So not a bad idea to just throw the umbrella in the back seat and keep it close by. As we get towards the peak of the commute time frame, I think most spots will start to dry out, and then we'll see improvements into tonight as well. Tomorrow, another round of storms possible again in the morning like we saw earlier this morning, and then we'll once again repeat the possibility for some additional storms during the afternoon as well. Pretty much the same thing as we head into your Thursday and Friday, but we'll bump those rain chances up a little bit over the weekend. So we'll keep 40% around through Friday and then 50 to 60% as we approach the weekend into the start of next week. So at that point, we'll be watching for a little bit of widespread activity comparatively. It will mean our temperatures drop off instead of topping out right around the average of 91 in the 92 to 93 degree range. We'll be back to where we should be for this time of year on the calendar at 91 or even a little bit cooler heading into the start of next week. We're also still looking nice and quiet in the tropics with all the Saharan dust. We've got a nice plume coming off of the coast of Africa, so not looking for any potential development in the open water there or the Gulf. Of course, more activity in the Pacific, but we'll hope to keep this as a trend locally for a while longer. Here's your 7-day forecast. Again, a very summer-like pattern, no major changes or headlines. We're just going to be dealing with the 70s overnight, the 90s during the afternoon, rain chances each and every day, somewhere between 40 and 50% of the area seeing a little brief relief from those 90s. When we do have the storms, our temperatures will drop into the lower 80s or upper 70s.